Mary Grace. Well, the Lord blessed us with another little girl. And Mary Grace was born actually in October, the same month as
my birthday.
That's right, on the 21st in 1975. So, at that time, John was 8, Susie was 6, James was 2, and Mary was born. And she was welcomed with open arms to the loving family that we are. And she really was. She was a little doll, and we had great fun with little Mary. But the thing that really was so cute that I think, at the time we were still building the house here.
But living here.
Yeah, but living here. So we still weren't done with a lot of the projects that was a completed house. So, but on her first birthday, I can remember this very well. She was just sitting there looking at her beautiful cake that was full of pink flowers and white frosting. And she had this huge little candle in the middle. And so when it was time for her to blow it out, she blew it out all by herself. And I thought that was amazing because babies at 1 year old usually don't know how to blow out candles. So that was so cute. And we thought, oh my gosh, this one's going to be a winner. So anyway, come year 2, it wasn't flowers anymore. It was Winnie the Pooh. She loved Winnie the Pooh. That was one of her favorite things. So we had a Winnie the Pooh cake with 2 candles, and you guessed it, what did she do?
Blew out the candle.
She blew it out all by herself again. I kind of think that's so cute and amazing. That's why I remember that. But Mary, you know what? She loved stuffed animals. She did not like dolls. She wasn't a Barbie doll person at all. She did have one little doll, and it was about this big, and it would look like a real baby. And she had a little red little tub that went with it, so she washed the baby. And it was so cute. And what did she call that baby? Do you remember?
No.
Pachuca. And I had no idea where she got that name, but it was really cute. So she loved her little Pachuca baby. Anyway, but talk about dogs and cats, and that was Mary. And horses. She loved horses too. I think both our girls loved horses. Mm-hmm. So what Mary really loved to do was bring home strays. She would love to, she brought home cats, or if they wandered in the yard, we kept them. One of the beautiful, most famous little dogs that she loved was a mixed chow, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a chow. And what did we call the dog? Do you remember?
No.
Sheila. She was called Sheila. And she just took care of that dog. That dog was so, so sweet. I was a little leery of it because it was a mixed chow, and I really didn't like chows at the time, but she was a winner. Mary just loved that dog. And so that was Mary. She loved the animals, and she brought cats, and found out that maybe James and Susie and John were allergic to cats, so they didn't come in the house, but they were outside, right?
Not all the time.
Not all the time. Down the basement, remember?
Cats would make a mess in our garage.
Yeah,
On top of fresh building material.
Speaking about...
Like drywall or paneling. And so I had to cover everything up with old tarps because there was cats moving around all the time.
Yeah, so it was fun. It was great. But I remember when we were building the back patio?
Yes.
And we did it in stages. Tell us about that, stages.
Yeah, we made our patio 3 foot square at a time. And I would come home from work each night, and we would make a 2 or 3 wheelbarrow block, depending on the size.
And what was so cute about that is that Susie and John mixed the cement in the wheelbarrow. But Mary, since she was too young to mix the cement, she would get in the bucket of water and just
it was real hot. And we had a bucket there, one of those 5-gallon metal buckets.
Yeah.
That you used to wash the hoe and the other cement tools in. But when we put fresh water into the bucket, she would jump in and up to her here,
Yeah.
to her neck inside.
So that was her part of helping with the
And
cement.
we have a picture of that somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere we have a picture of that. It was really cute. So Mary wanted to be part of the family, but she knew she couldn't do it the way the older kids were, so that was what she did. She was great. So the older she got, they didn't treat her like the baby anymore. No, her siblings were pretty hard on her, especially her brothers. So I think Mary had built up some resilience when it came to the boys. I remember one incident when she was 9 years old. She had a little disagreement with the boys, especially one of the boys, and she got so upset that she walked to my office from Loma Verde all the way to now, which is America's Avenue, and came to my office. But she was barefoot
Across the freeway.
across the little road that we had there. It wasn't a freeway yet, but anyway, well, maybe it
Over
was
the top.
over the top.
I-10
Yeah,
was there.
was there, huh? Anyway, when she walked in my office, I nearly fell over. Mary,
And what was
what are you doing here? And she started crying, and she says, well, the boys. I says, oh, okay,
And
well,
what
let me
was
take
on
you
her,
home.
What was on her feet
Nothing, she was barefooted.
in the summer?
Talk about courage,
Fearless.
fearless. Yeah, I don't think I would have ever done anything like that. I would have got whipped, I think, if I would have done anything. But I didn't have the element of brothers so close to me. Yeah, so it was a little different, my scenario. So that was Mary, and as she grew up a little older, I think she learned how to deal with the situation a little bit better, hopefully. She also, in the band, she played the flute, and she even went to band camp, remember? Do you remember where she went?
Yes, she was. They went to a summer camp in northern New Mexico, up near Santa Fe, in the town of
Jimenez
Jimenez.
Springs, yeah.
Jimenez Springs.
So she had
and she spent a week there, and we spent some time up there. We dropped her off and picked her up.
Yeah. So she had an experience. I think that was the first time she actually left the house and was on her own.
On her own.
Yeah. So she did really good with that. She didn't pursue the flute, but she did have that experience, which I thought was really good. And let's see. When she got a little older, she was in volleyball. She played volleyball, and she did really well with that and liked it. And then
High school volleyball.
high school volleyball, yeah, or was it junior? No, it was high school. Yes, her first job was at the Sonic Drive-In restaurant. And what was so special about that?
Well, the Sonic at this particular location was a roller skate. The girls would be on roller skates taking the orders and delivering the food. And that's a pretty heavy-duty skill to balance that tray on roller skates and then go off the curbs and everything. So we thought that she's pretty brave to do that.
Yeah, I think Mary has a little bit of adventure in her. She picked that up maybe from her father.
Yeah, what's over the next hill?
Yeah, that's Mary. What's over the next hill is right. Oh my gosh. When she got, I think she was 16 when she was in a fashion show. A model. She did a little modeling, and she was in this fashion show, which was really exciting, really, for her. Very new, something she had to deal with other people and other venues, and so this was really interesting that she...
Wasn't the fashion show in the Civic Center?
Yeah, I think it was. It was a big deal. So...
And the school was sponsoring it, the modeling school.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they had people dressed in various glamour positions, like if you're going on a date or going...
High fashion. It was very high fashion.
Different types of fashion, including swimsuit.
And she won the swimsuit competition. She was, she was honored by winning the swimsuit competition, and she couldn't believe it. She says, "Really?" But it was. I think at the time was so much fun for her because she was about 16.
I do believe she was the only blue-eyed girl in the competition.
Probably, I don't know. So that was some experience. It was interesting. She didn't pursue the modeling career because I think that it would have been quite demanding on her, and she didn't. I don't know. It just wasn't her forte as a model. So, but anyway, she did have that experience, and I was so glad because that got her out to see the world a little bit in a different light. That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure.
It prepared her for the adult world.
Yeah, really.
You know, in how you dressed and how you presented yourself.
Yeah.
That was all a part of the school that she went to.
But growing up here, and as well as the rest of the kids, they really enjoyed the area because it was so much room to roam around and play, and it was so in an area that you could really trust because there was hardly any neighbors here. So when they went down the hill to go to a neighbor's place, we didn't worry about anybody coming to kidnap them or do things that, you know, we were afraid in, like today. So we really enjoyed being here in the desert. They had a lot of opportunity to enjoy the surroundings and to just play and not worry about anything.
One of the factors that made it extra safe is that we had a neighborhood association for the whole street. Mm-hmm. Everybody intimately knew everybody else and their children.
Right.
And we all looked after them all the time. A lot of times half the neighborhood was over here.
Yeah.
And other times our children were going over there, but we never worried because we all had the same idea about security and permissiveness for the children.
And Mary had a few friends where they had swimming pools, and so it was great in the summer. They had playmates that they could really enjoy one another, and that was really great.
And
really
almost
great.
Everyone had, beside house pets, they had outdoor animals too. And she was very much interested in, like we had one neighbor raised geese and Canada geese. Other people were raising other fowl and what have you. And everybody had dogs and cats.
Including the Sherfolds.
So
it was fun.
Mary even had a dirt bike for a little while.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, I did. That's right. She wanted to keep up with her brother James.
But it was a common thing. You could drive the dirt bike away from your driveway. This is where we lived.
Yeah.
And there was plenty of desert around here. And if there was a stranger in the neighborhood, everyone knew about it.
Could you believe a dirt bike? How old would she be at that time?
A little bit.
She was probably 13.
About 13, 14?
Big enough to get her legs over onto the pedals.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. I didn't even have a bike. And, and here Mary's on a dirt bike. Ooh! So that was fun. That was challenging, I'm sure.
In fact, we could go anywhere we wanted in our dune buggy around here.
Oh yeah, the dune buggy. That was so much fun
And
too.
we used to do things like take a little picnic lunches out to that hill. Used to call it Cross Hill.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that would make a nice family outing.
Yeah.
And sometimes she would like to go with the boys when they camped out here on the east side overnight.
Yeah. So it was a good area to raise the kids, and I think they really enjoyed that aspect of being out here in the desert. This place used to be called Apache Hills, and it felt like it. We didn't have Apaches, but we certainly had tarantulas and coyotes, jackrabbits, of course,
And the occasional horseback rider.
and rattlesnakes. And that was good because not only Sheila was a good snake, what do you call it?
Watchdog?
Watchdog. But
And
so was Mopsy. We had a little Mopsy before we had Sheila, and she was really cute. Sheila would run after the
jackrabbits.
jackrabbits, and you could hear her barking all the way. And Mary was the one that had to go find her and bring her back. But I think it was fun. It was really fun. So, when she got a little bit older, she actually, after high school, she got a scholarship to attend an international, what was it called? International travel agency, where she had to go to Arlington to be trained for several weeks.
On traveling reservations.
Well, actually, she was learning the computer system, and it encompassed everything about travel. So that was a different experience for her too. So she kind of spent a couple of times away from home.
Yep.
That was helped develop her character in many ways.
That was her first experience of being totally on her own in Arlington, Texas.
Was she close to Susie at that point? Was Susie already in Dallas?
Yes, yes, yes. In fact, I think they even made a rendezvous there at the time. So yeah, so that was another adventure, and so Mary, growing up, had a lot of different experiences. She learned to deal with her siblings, and I think it developed her as she has a strong character and determination. So when she wants to get something done, she does. She was very good about working with the situation to really develop her skills later in life, I'm pretty sure.
Speaking of skills, she had an extraordinary skill in baking.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And she even started a little
business
business of making wedding cakes and birthday cakes.
And cakes for baby showers and baby, regular.
And her expertise was in the decorating of the cakes.
Yeah.
In the theme of the cakes, and they were highly desirable.
Yes, we had a whole bunch of family we knew down the valley, and all the farmers wanted Mary to bake cakes for them.
And she had a name for her concern, and it was Confectionately Yours.
Oh yeah, that's right. Confectionately Yours. That was so cute. So she did that for a while until she had too many children. She had there was children on the scene, and so that was wonderful. But I think what I remember along all her experiences and all the different things that she did, the one thing I remember her telling me is that she always wanted to be a mother. And I thought, how interesting. Of all the careers that she could pick, she wanted to be a mother. And God blessed her, because she definitely is a mother, and she has 4 beautiful children to prove it. And a wonderful, caring husband. But I think, Mary, I think you were so special, and you added so much to our family. And by the grace of God, we were able to give you the best that we could, and you sure returned it 100-fold. So I thank you for what you did, and we love you as being part of our family.
And she's a very, very reliable person. And we can always have confidence that she's going to do her very best in regards to everyone concerned, not just herself.
Yeah, considering that she decided to homeschool and that
motherly
job she decided to take as seriously as she could.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, she did.
I
And
think
that was a heavy load for her, but boy, she did it.
It was a challenge
Yeah,
that she did very well at.
Yeah.
I think of a few homeschoolers I know, I think she was the most accomplished.
And the fact that she, even though it was difficult, she stuck with it, and she's actually still doing it today. And I admire her for her stamina and her dedication and her perseverance, because it's very admirable.
Yeah, she's hardworking.
Very hard. So, and she's just like me. She loves to clean. We're cleaners. We love to clean. But she's got one up on me, because she's a better cook than I am. I'll tell you that much.
That's for sure.
Yeah, she's good.
So you guys still consider her the baby of the family because she was the last kid?
Of course.
Well, I don't know if I want to use a baby. I think we'll just say the youngest of the family, because she just wasn't baby that much. The boys wouldn't let her be babied, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, she wasn't really treated like a baby.
No, she wasn't. But oh my gosh, we're delighted to have another girl. I mean, we have one boy, John, and we had Susie, we had James, and then we had another girl. How sweet is that?
We were very balanced.
Yeah, so we're blessed to have two boys and two girls, and I felt so complete, you know. And I had
Yes.
two more children too. My first one was a miscarriage, and we called the first one Peter. And the last one after Mary, I did have another miscarriage, and we named that one Teresa. So they're in heaven, and I know
that's
they're
it.
praying for us, so we'll get to meet them when we get there. And we're looking forward to that.
Yeah. I got a little concerned for a while because we were running out of bedrooms. We only had 4 bedrooms in the house.
Hey, never fear.
Never fear.
No fear here.
Yeah,
God
we-
is near.
Me and Mary used to share a room up until John left. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Until
know.
John left, we were a little bit lacking in privacy, at least with one pair of people. Been entertained putting another bedroom right here so that we could have some privacy. And actually, we had an unplanned for thing where John joined the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
And then we had everybody got their own private bedroom.
Oh, God bless them all. It was beautiful. Okay, Mary, we love you very much. You are the best, youngest little girl we know. And you've added so much to our family.
We're very proud of you and very blessed to have you in our lives. Amen.
Amen. And you're a wonderful example of a very dedicated mother. You're very dedicated to God and your faith. And we know that everything you have done your girls will pick up. And we're so glad that you have passed the faith on to them.
Amen.